Okay. So can you tell me, so what is hoisting in JavaScript?
So hoisting is a mechanism in JavaScript. So where your function and the variables are actually treated at the top level by the JavaScript, so that whenever you define a function, suppose you define a variable on the top level, and then suppose you printed a variable on the top level, but like you defined in the bottom level, so it will actually catch up the variable name, and same goes for the function, and it is actually the mechanism is called as a hoisting.
Does hoisting works in ES6?
Sorry?
Does hoisting works in ES6 late and late?
Okay, so in ES6, so since like the functions are converted to the treated as like variable name, so it won't work. But like if you use a plain function there, like function my function bracket and stuff like that, then it will work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. So can you tell me what is a higher order function in JavaScript?
What is higher order function?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. So higher order functions are basically are the functions that which we can as a main function, which actually suppose we have a different two functions, and then like we have a common function, the common characteristic there. We can actually create a higher order function so that both components can reuse them, and then like if one component wants to have like separate functionality, then we can build on top of that higher order function, and then so that we have code reusability, and we can have like code cleaner code, and like also the better performance there. So that's
Okay.
the higher order component.
Okay. So and do you know what is pure and impure function?
Yeah, so pure functions are the functions that were which won't change in the like suppose you're gonna input something and you're gonna receive something and it won't get manipulated in the process. But like impure functions, those can be changed.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What about impure function?
So impure functions are the opposite of the like pure functions, like the normal function we use. So in the function, these functions can actually be changed. Change means like we can manipulate them, like convert them. Suppose we have a function like which does these tasks, and then like in that function we can actually let the function do other stuff also. Like we can change it like in the like by our own segments.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is EP in JavaScript?
Sorry?
EP. IIFE.
EP.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know immediately invoke function expression?
Oh yeah. Sorry, yeah. I just yeah. So these are the functions that like suppose whenever we define a function in JavaScript, we have to initiate it. For example, my function, and then we write it there above, and then in the below we have to invoke it, like initialize it. But like if we use IIFE, then we don't have to initialize it. It will automatically run it whenever the function is like executed, like the whole program is executed, it will automatically run.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what is the advantage? Like, can you tell me a scenario where it's generally used?
Basically, if we are used whenever we want to run a function like immediately, like without any any conditions or any dependencies, then we can use it. So it's like basically it makes your code cleaner and
avoid global scope pollution.
Global scope.
Yeah, it helps in avoiding global scope, right?
In global scope, if we actually like Are you asking like it helps in IFI, you mean?
Yeah. So I'm asking whether it helps in avoiding global scope pollution, because it is a yeah.
I think so I'm not exactly sure at this moment right now, but
Yeah.
I believe that like it actually sorry, what you're saying about global scope?
So whether it helps can you tell me first of all what are the demerits of global scope?
Yeah, so demerits of global scope is like if we assign a global scope and then later in the process when the code runs, like it can be accessed everywhere. So it's like the encapsulation, and then like it will just less secure in that way, and like that's one of the demerit, less secure. And like one of the other demerit is that it can be manipulated from it can be manipulated, and like it like it has a redundancy issue.
Okay.
If we
So
use too
yes,
much global,
correct.
yeah.
So whether if he helps to relieve any kind of issue like who's facing this global scope.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, fine. So I have given you one given you in chart. I have given you a small console.log. What will the output? 3 plus 2 plus
Wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. Let me see the chart.
yeah.
So 3 plus 2 plus 7. So it's actually it will actually give you a string of 57. Like
Okay.
in a string and not as a number, since like we have a string there in 7.
Okay. And if I'll do it like 3 plus 2 minus 7, what will be the output?
So in if you do minus, then it will, I think just give me 1 second. I think it will also first now I think it will do 3 minus 2. It will do the minus first and then like signify it. Yeah. So it is like 17. It will print out 17.
It will be 17.
No, like as a string like this. Like this.
What will be the output?
I actually sent it in a
No. It will not be 17. It will be minus 2. It will be minus 2. Because
sorry, it's minus 2, right?
Yeah, it will minus 2.
Yeah. So I think it will just first 3 minus 2 is 1, and like and then 1 plus signify 7 is like 17. That's what I thought.
It will be 3 plus 2. First it will make it to 5. Then it will then it will go to 7. Then now JavaScript encounters 5 and string as 7. Then in a subtraction process, so it will 5 will do it 5 minus 7. It will minus 2. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is call stack in JavaScript?
Yeah, call stack is actually you can say as a mechanism. Like suppose we have an event loop there, right, in the JavaScript architecture. Yeah. So what it does, so it is related to event loop. So can I explain the stuff?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So we have a event loop there in JavaScript. So what call stack does, actually, whenever we get a statement from JavaScript, a line of code, and what it does, it actually that the event loop actually checks if the call stack is empty or not. So if the call stack is empty, then if call stack is not empty, and then it gets the code from the call stack, and then like transfer it to the execution context. So what call stack does, it actually takes the code which should run once the execution context is free. Okay. So like all the codes we write in the in the statement, it actually piles up there, and the event loop checks if it is free or not. Then whenever it is free, then it takes the code from that call stack and put it there for the execution.
Okay. So okay, got it. So what are the limitations of arrow function? Have you used arrow function?
Yes, I have used arrow functions.
Okay, can you tell me what are the limitations of arrow functions?
Limitations are suppose, for example, one are the hoisting, in the suppose in normal functions, we can actually call the function from anywhere. But if we use arrow functions, then it is as if we cannot treat it as a function anymore, it will be treated as a variable. So that's one limitations. And arrow functions have arrow functions actually we cannot use constructors in arrow functions, since if we call it with constructor, then it will actually throw error. And one more error, one more limitation will be and I think we cannot use normally we use call apply bind in normal functions, but in arrow functions we cannot use that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So can you write a if I'll ask you to write a small program to reverse a string, so without using any function, without using reverse method, how can you reverse a string?
Okay. So I have to reverse just a string, you mean, right?
Yeah.
So what we can do is we can just let me write it in the chat, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think we can just split it and then join it, and then it will split, join, and then
Okay.
yeah, select.
So are you sharing your screen?
Okay, sure. I was actually writing in the chat. Okay, so let me share my screen. So I was nothing wrong with. So we can
you can open any online compiler. You can open JavaScript compiler. You can write. Yeah.
Okay. Sure. See here to okay. Yeah, we can just look through this and we can do this. Otherwise, we have other functions the split, join, reverse. We can do that. That will be built-in function. So without built-in function, we can just do like this.
Okay, fine. So let's have some React questions. Okay.
Yeah.
So can you tell me what is virtual DOM in React and how it gives advantage to React?
Yeah, okay, sure. So partial DOM is a like features you can say in the React, so which actually allows us to change code and like change the like DOM like very fast. Since like whenever we change something, it actually change only the change component in the partial DOM, and like the whole DOM isn't changed. So it's actually a like you can say as a features which actually helps us to render faster.
Okay.
Exact.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is synthetic event in React?
So synthetic events are sorry, I cannot just recall the from the word synthetic. Yeah.
Yeah, it wraps around browser's native events.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's okay. Okay. So what is prop?
Okay.
What is prop drilling? Do you know?
Yeah, I know that. So
Yeah.
prop drilling is like when we pass a prop from parent component to child component to then to the whole the bottom level, and like to suppose we have a like different like 4 or 5 stages of components, and like we pass the prop from stage 1 to stage 2 to stage from the top to below, and it's actually called prop drilling.
Okay. So what are the what is the disadvantage of prop drilling?
Disadvantages are like suppose if we need to change something about the prop, then we have to change everywhere wherever we defined it. That's one disadvantage. And other disadvantage will be like it will be like it will create overhead since we have used the prop like everywhere. And then yeah, those are the main disadvantages of prop drilling. So it will be like it will be messy to maintain in the code actually in the long run.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are the can you tell me what is the difference between package.json and package-lock.json?
Okay. So package.jsons are the like whenever we install something like a library, it actually stores their version and like file their version there, and like it also have like script there where we can run. We can tell the program like how to run the script, the commands there. Like we have some other metadata which are like related to the repository, and package-lock.json are like it has information about the libraries like exact versions, like exact details which is used by the libraries. Yeah. So I think those are the like differences and like
Why it named like lock? Why it named like lock? Because it locks the dependency version down to the exact version.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, correct. Yeah. So like yeah, package.json has like dynamic version changes.
Yeah.
Like it can automatically update with the because with the if we put the symbols, and like in the lock.json, it actually puts only one specific version there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So can you tell me difference between a usememo and use callback hook?
So use memo and use callback. Yeah, sure. So use callbacks are like use callback actually React function where we can actually store a function there, and like whenever so that if there's a re-renders, the function won't be called again since it is already saved there. But if we put a dependency there, like suppose maybe a variable or there, so if the variable changes, only then like the function will recreate it. Otherwise, the function is like will be kept there. And use memo is like the same thing, but like it only will give you the memorized value of the calculation. If we have a expensive calculation, then use memo will return you the value of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So have you ever written any custom hook?
Yes.
So how you write? Can you tell me how you write a custom hook? How can you write?
Yeah, so if you want to write a custom hook, then what first thing is that you have to create a file which is like suppose you have to you want to use debounce a input, right? So what you can do is like use debounce. So you have to use the keyword use everywhere, like in the file name and then like function name. So you can use that. So that's because a custom hook actually accept the term as use. So, and then like there, we can actually define like our custom logics like for debouncing and stuff. So then and then export it. And like we can use that hook to everywhere in the React component. That's how basically you can use it. Yeah.
Okay. What is context in React?
Context is basically a state, not state management library, but you can say as a it can handle like states, which actually suggested way to handle a state other than prompt drilling, and so it's actually help you pass the prompt data from one component to another component.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you give an example of context API usage?
So context API. So for example, the simplest example will be like suppose we need a theme scenes, right? So dark theme or like light theme.
Yeah.
So what we can do, we can just put a color theme context, and then that context will store the state of the theme. Like if we want a dark or light, so what will happen? So like whenever we change it, it will store in the context, and like we can use that data, like whatever state it is, in our any component, like you know. So that's why that's the simplest explanation I can give.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is strict mode in React?
Strict mode. Yeah. So strict modes are the so JavaScript actually doesn't allow certain things to do in strict mode, and like I cannot exactly recall like the exact functionalities of strict mode, but I believe that strict mode is like suppose it actually adheres to certain rules under the strict mode.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can you can you tell me what are some of the optimization techniques you have used for React application?
Yeah. So first optimization like will be like we have to use like modularized code whenever possible.
Okay.
And second thing is like when you use modules, and like if we see that like the component all the components should not be like rendered like at the same time. If it requires that different case, but like if it's not important, then we can just use react.lazy to like it's like lazy loading the components, and like we can also use dynamic imports for better performance, and then like we can also optimize the code for images and stuff. Um, and there are other will be like basically the state handling. So we should use a state management library like Redux toolkit or Rustent or anything. So other than like prop drilling or stuff. So yeah, I think like that's pretty much how we can optimize a React application.
Okay. So have you ever worked on server-side rendering in React?
I haven't used server-side rendering in React, but I have used in Next.js.
Okay. Okay, fine. So
Yeah.
you told you have used Redux, right?
Yeah.
So what is the purpose of dispatch in Redux?
So this part is actually a you can say as a middleware that which actually helps us to send a like if we have a function if we have a let's say we have a function in our store that's like which handle sorry not function like actions like we need to like manipulate it, then like we can just use the this part to like store the data like pass the data like etc like that. That's why we use this parts.
Okay. Do you know what is Redux Thunk?
Yeah, so Redux Thunk is as a middleware, so which actually handles the asynchronous data handling.
Okay. So
Yeah.
have you used Redux DevTools?
Yeah, I have used Redux DevTools.
Okay. So how it helps you?
So Redux DevTools actually lets you see the state of the application and like how each stages has like where the data coming from, if the data is if the Redux is the action is getting triggered or not. We can actually check everything there, and then we can actually use it to debug if you're stuck in somewhere. And yeah, so that's pretty much it.
Okay.